You pay how much in rent for this place?
If you saw the video that I made about my 20-euro apartment, you might have seen that I was kind of thinking about doing a little bit of a series diving into my friends' apartments to see what's out there in Paris. And it makes sense to start maybe on the lower end. I'm already obviously the extreme low end. Very few people have effectively free rent, but that doesn't mean that there isn't also very cheap rent in Paris. So today we're gonna talk to my friend Kate, somebody who I've known for about 6 years, who worked for me for about 5 years. If we're lucky, they may also let us look around their neighborhood a little bit. Today we're not gonna look around the neighborhood. Kate wanted to keep the general area she lives in a secret, just for security. Totally get that. So with no further ado, let's dive in.
You pay how much in rent for this place?
Okay, so there's an exception. The rent is 615 euros per month,
Okay.
but I have CAF, so I pay 420.
What is CAF?
CAF is basically this government program. If you're a student or you don't earn a lot of money, then based on your income or none thereof, the government gives you some funding per month.
Okay. You live in a really fun neighborhood.
Yes.
In the center of town. Would you describe that as the best perk of this place, or are there other perks to your apartment?
I feel like the biggest perk of my apartment is location
Yeah.
and how much I pay for the space that I have.
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot, this is my 4th studio / apartment in Paris, and this is the best like price to location ratio that I've ever had, or for most of my friends.
How'd you find it? Just want to hit my head. Oh, cool.
And if you look all the way, like go all the way out and look over, you can see the Eiffel Tower. It's all the way.
Oh, this way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. You got your own Eiffel Tower view.
This is the upstairs.
It's comfy. How'd you find it?
On Soulager. So it was right after COVID, and this was when a bunch of people had left the city.
Yeah.
And so I just was looking for a new place to live. I found this one. I came in and I was like, please, I need it. This is my new home. And then, you know the way you have to have a garant?
Yeah.
I
don't though. Can you explain it? It's a cosigner. It's somebody that's guaranteeing that you will pay the rent. So it's they are co-signing the rent with you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The lease.
But it's really tricky for foreigners. So I used to be an au pair, and I reached out to the family saying, hey, the only way I can get this spot is if I have a French garant. And they luckily were like, of course, no problem, Kate, like whatever you need. So they signed all the paperwork with me. So that's how I got it. But I love living here, but I've lived here for 3 years now.
Whoa, that's crazy actually. Yeah.
I know. So I've made it my home, and I love it just because the neighborhood, like everything is no more than a 15-minute bike ride that I hang out right downstairs. I have like all of my traiteurs, like my fruit stands, my butcher, fromagerie, like everything is all right next to me.
I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
I do love it. I got really lucky.
How did you manage this space? Because it's not a lot of space and it doesn't feel cluttered.
The key is I don't own a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about the weird stuff, and this is my kitchen / life storage. So when I use my oven a lot, but the thing is that in the same place I have my iron, and then when I cook, I have to make sure all the dishes are done, and then I pull my oven out and put it on the countertop.
That's great.
And then you have to wait till it's cool to put it back.
Yep. Speaking of fire hazards.
Yeah, I just don't have that much stuff. Like for me, I like to decorate, but when I decorate, it needs to be very, to make a space feel cozy, but not over cluttered. It's you really have to pay attention to the wall, the art you're putting up, or all the little details aren't sticking out too much.
Yeah, I like it.
But everywhere you look, there's little details on every corner of the apartment.
And it feels like most of it has a story.
Every single thing in here, I could literally do a video for probably 5 hours. So this one is one that my brother did, actually using coffee because he was a barista in New York. And so this used to be my little coffee station. And then this one is my favorite piece. He painted it when he was actually visiting me, and they had in their Airbnb, a little courtyard outside, and every day he would come out and paint, and then he gifted it to me.
Aw, that's great.
And then this one, my friend painted me. This is actually a collage I've carried with me since I was 16. Yeah, everything is just either a gift or I very consciously bought it and put it there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I do is twice a year, I do a really big clean out. If there's not sentimental or I don't use it, it goes out and I sell it in a brocante.
It's great. I was gonna say you're also the flea market queen, so
well,
you find some good stuff that way, right?
So most of the stuff I either found on the street or I got it in a brocante, or it was a gift.
That's cool.
Also, my mom taught me that because she is the thrifting queen. So I take after her in that
Give some
regard.
good credit to mom, where moms do. Is this your light?
So when I went to visit my sister when she was living in Blois, I found this at a brocante for 10 euros. I was so excited, and I carried it with me all the way from the train with my bike and my backpack back to this apartment for like 5 hours, and it's like super fragile shell, but I love it.
That's amazing. Did you add these?
No, so these I added. I actually got them.
Careful, that one's
Yeah,
sharp.
some of them are spiky.
Yeah.
No, but I had been collecting them in, I think, Spain. I got some in Anthropology and then some in Portugal. And then when I moved in, they had these bars, and I was like, they're not aesthetic.
Oh, so you got rid of the bar. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I was
That's
wondering
why
there were
there's
of them.
two.
Yeah. Oh, it's super cool. The rug is cool.
Yeah, I got it in Morocco. It was always my dream to have a rug from Morocco, and then I did it.
You've done it. You've done so many of your dreams, Kate.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you lived quite a life.
These ones are fine, but for example, above here, it's like all of my tote bags and like my crafting supplies. This one's nice though. That's the only normal one.
That is nice. Got to keep the glass safe. What are the quirks?
Okay, well,
this apartment?
I have a lot of quirks for this place.
Yeah.
If all these tiny apartments are making you feel a little bit anxious, or maybe city life in general looks a little bit crazy or is a little bit crazy wherever it is you are, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, BetterHelp. If you don't mind me paying the bills here for a moment, and I mean, I gotta make a little bit more money if I'm gonna get that apartment in Paris, BetterHelp has thankfully been a huge support of the channel and ultimately a longtime support of me getting my own place. BetterHelp is an app that connects mental health professionals to people like you and me who are in need of therapy of all kinds of different specialties. And the things that I really love about it include, not only can you do it from anywhere because it can be by text, by video, or by direct call, they also make it really easy to switch between providers. I have a number of friends that have really struggled over time to find the therapist that they ended up sticking with, and it can be really tricky if you're doing that completely on your own. But BetterHelp makes it really easy to switch with no questions asked, no guilt. You can kind of bounce around until you find somebody that you really connect with. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, for being such a support of my channel over the long haul. So thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you for watching. And now let's get back to Kate's tiny little apartment and hopefully not too many more fire hazards.
Quirks.
Okay, well,
this apartment.
I have a lot of quirks for this place.
Yeah.
I would say the thing that I love most about it is that it's not a studio. It's a mezzanine, so like a loft. So down here is my kitchen, my clothes, and like my workspace. And then when I'm finished for the day, I go up there and it's my bed and like decompression area.
Yeah.
Which you know well, you have it too at your place.
Yeah.
So like I think it's very important to separate the two versus like my first few apartments, one was 9 square meters, the other one was 8.
Yeah.
Everything is just in the same area.
Is that even legal? What is the legal minimum?
I think the legal minimum is 10.
I keep hearing different things. I need to look into what the actual legal minimum is, but
So this one's 13 meters square.
yeah, this is the same floor space as mine.
Yeah, what is that in feet?
About 140 square feet.
Okay.
But you have your toilet in your
Yeah.
apartment, which is handy.
Well, also on paper it's 13 meters square, like in the contract, but in reality it's more. It's because of the angle of the roof. They
can't count a portion of
Yeah,
it?
it like cuts off like basically from the
here?
window,
Ah.
so I get a few extra like storage.
That's great.
So this is what I do when I'm working from home. Or I'm having, like, believe it or not, I have guests over all the time. I host dinners here. So what we do is this chair goes here, and then I have my green bench, and I move it right here. And then I have another little, like, fold-out chair tucked behind the fridge, so we can get 4 around here for, like, nice dinners.
It's amazing. Green bench shot with Cooper on it.
So wall space is very limited, as you can tell. This is, like, now I can go into some of the stuff that I really detest about this place, but, again, it's worth it. So when I turn on the heater, I actually have to move this forward, and I have storage clothes under here just so I can turn on my heater and it's not a fire hazard. And then when I leave during the day and I turn my heater off, I put it back so it's all organized.
Someday you're gonna live in a big space and look at this video and be like, man, I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore.
I just smile through the pain sometimes. So one of the biggest downsides to this place, which I'll show you upstairs, is basically above here is my bathroom. But it's old French plumbing, and they've redone the bathroom twice already, and it still has a leak. So I don't care if you show the water damage. It's like right here. They have more up here. And it's been an ongoing battle between me and my landlord. And every email that I send, I just titled La Fuite. So I have to be very careful because I've had a couple of my clothes get ruined because of water damage.
Like your little smiley face spoon.
That was a gift for my sister.
It's cute and creepy at the same time.
It's like, no, don't put me in the boiling
No,
pot.
no! That would be actually amazing if you put it in smiling and it came out frowning. You got more storage over here.
Yeah, so that's where I put all of my summer clothes, and then I switch them out in the winter.
Have you ever accidentally kicked a book over?
I like the books because it kind of feels more like it grounds the place up here.
And then this is where you used to have movie nights?
Yeah, I mean, I still have movie nights a lot, but it's really cozy because of the windows. So when it rains, you have like the rain falling onto you.
That's nice.
Yeah, I get a lot of natural light up here, so it's nice. I can have a bunch of my plants, as you can see.
Can you leave the windows open when it's raining?
No, this is the other thing. I've done this too many times because, as you know, in Paris, it will be sunny and then cloudy and then raining and then hailing. And I've accidentally left them open, soaked my entire mattress. The one over here I've left open, and it's gotten so bad that this carpet here was soaked that I had to wring it out, and it got downstairs in like a flash flood. Yeah, we can show the bathroom. I mean, it's pretty gross, but it's because it's
just tiny.
It's tiny and it's a wet bathroom. So the thing is that it just gets so moldy.
That was the perfect
so
sound.
gross.
I was gonna say, what? I need some scary music. I mean, it does smell kind of musty in here. I'm not gonna lie.
No, people online are gonna be so mean about my dirty mirror.
Why are they gonna be mean about your dirty mirror?
People are mean about everything.
Don't be mean about her dirty mirror. It happens. We all have dirty mirrors occasionally. I can't stand up. This is about as I'm still. Gentlemen, you're gonna have to sit to pee in this place. I already found that out the hard way. I was like, can I? Nope, can't do it. This is the problem that I have with most Parisian, at least. I don't know about French, but Parisian apartments is there's no ventilation. So if you can't open windows, it's really hard to keep it from feeling like muggy and moldy and whatever else. So I just keep my window open all the time.
I'll turn it off in the wintertime when I come home, and I'll close these. But like the minute I leave, I open them.
Yeah.
And the other nice thing is that it gets a ton of natural light, but it doesn't get direct light. So in the summertime, it doesn't get too hot in here.
As long as the rain doesn't sound too loud when it's right above you like this, then it's perfect. That'd be really cozy.
Over there is my storage.
Over there. Oh.
Yeah. So I have like my water heater in there, and then I tuck behind it like my duffel bags and suitcase. It's like very well done for how small it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so sad because the one that you got me for my birthday, it had like a finger, but it was this one.
Yeah.
You remember how it was like this? This part was growing so tall, and it got so tall, and I didn't stake it because I don't look at them.
Oh no.
And then it fell over onto the ground.
Tragedy. Whatever happened to the fish I got you?
I didn't take it past the other apartment with me.
Kate used to work for me, and she really wanted a goldfish for a long time, and so I got her one for her birthday once. And
for Christmas, I thought.
Oh, was it Christmas?
Yeah, it was a really thoughtful and lovely gift, but
yeah, but then it just kind of
it didn't work in this apartment.
I was gonna say the way that it just was one of those things that just never got talked about again, and I was like, that fish died. that fish is gone. I can stand that straight.
Are you comfortable?
Super. Before I go, do you have any advice for anybody that's thinking about moving to Paris or trying to find an apartment in Paris?
Good luck. Yeah, you just have to have patience. And also, my biggest advice is, which I don't even know why my friends don't listen to it, is you need to call apartments. Do not send emails. Oh. The amount of emails that these agencies get, if you're looking on like Sodager or Le Bon Coin, like, they're not going to respond to your emails. No. They get like sometimes my boyfriend's place, when he was moving in, they had, I think it was over like 500 emails, and they had put it up for 3 days. So call the places, and if you don't speak French, have a friend who speaks French and does it for you.
That's actually a great piece of advice.
And also, when you go to these appointments, have all of your paperwork and copies of them so you can hand it to them.
Right away. If you want to make an offer, make it right there. Yeah.
And the other big advice is really don't even try to go to an apartment viewing if you don't have a garant. And if you don't have a guarantor, then use an agency who will help you do it.
Agencies are very, very helpful. It's that thing where I think when you first get here and you don't have any money, you're like, I'm going to do this on my own. But then everybody that I know that gets a decent agent.
Yeah, exactly. Get an agent, or there's also companies that you can sign up for who you pay like an annual fee, and then they'll be your
guarantor. Yeah, that's actually a good idea too.
But like, listen to people who live here, not the. Sometimes I would read the online advice that people have, and I'm like, that's terrible. And also, don't go through foreign agencies because they're gonna rip you off.
Find somebody local.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm gonna have somebody for you who's local that you can go through who really want to work with Americans. But we will get to that. Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, of course, I'm happy to.
Yeah,
I love
great.
my little nook of Paris.
Happy to finally be over here. Keeping work and life separate. Look at you. Never invited me over.
And cut. Thanks for coming.
Thanks to today's Patron producers, Jen and Jason Warner, and to all my patrons for making this possible, and for being such a huge pivotal element to my entire story living here in Paris. It wouldn't have been possible without you. If you'd like to see more apartments, see more around Paris, what people get for what they pay, and maybe dream along with me as I think about maybe getting my own apartment in the not too distant future, make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you for the next one.